Welcome back, real estate investors. Trust you're enjoying some of the upskilling and additional knowledge, and trust it can help you in whatever your endeavors are. So we jump into our next product line, which is called our on-sale products, or more known in the industry, short sales, flips, whatever you want to call that in your terminology. So that is what we will focus on now. If we look at these opportunities, is where the real estate owner, in this case, will sell the property. He was not able, so let's start first by saying he was not able to actually recover. So we've tested, we do it with every single transaction, we do a proper research, see if the client can recover, and if not, if he's not able to recover, we provide normally a on-sale product assistance. This on-sale product assistance will include that the real estate investor will purchase that property and then basically sell it on to a third party and will share in the initial profits, as well as providing the real estate owner with something that he can get out to start afresh. So in most of these cases, is where the real estate investor will provide the funding, obviously either by cash or by mortgage, depend on the type of products that we utilize in this case, and we stop the current foreclosure or legal action in the process, and then do any maintenance that is required, if there is any, and then sell it on to a third-party purchaser. As soon as the property gets listed or is prepared for the on-sale, it normally gets sold by estate agents, so we can provide our service. We're providing our service on a national basis, so we don't reinvent the wheel. We're using qualified, or can I call it pre-panel approved real estate investment specialists in that specific area, and sell that property on to the third party. Now, one of the keys of this product that is different from what you experience in the market is that 90% of all these on sales to a third party. So let's just make it very practical. In your situation, you would have bought a property either on auction or on short sale prior to the auction from an owner. You would have taken transfer of that, had to take transfer of that property quite quickly, and then fix it up and then sell it on. In our case, because we are in a relationship with the owner already and have done the pre-vetted, risk mitigated structures and put them in place, we are able to actually do 90% of the time a simultaneous transfer. That means that when you purchase a on-sale product with us, it will normally be transferred from the real estate owner's name to your name to the third party on a simultaneous date. That's 90% of our transactions. Now that obviously mitigates a lot of risk on your transaction, because you will actually sometimes have the money in the trust account or have a mortgage approved, etc., and on the end of the day would not even require your capital to flow out, because the third party purchaser's capital will basically pay for most of that. Again, very important is a predetermined profit upfront, which we all know this is the biggest risk in any buy to sell or flip transaction, is the fact that you don't know necessarily what you're going to get. I always joke about it, because we always speak about these fantastic buy to sells or flips that we did around the campfire, but getting a wrong agent, doing a wrong valuation, etc., is obviously creating a big challenge on the end of the day, and I'm touching a bit more on that in the risk mitigation session of today, and then you can learn a bit more about that. So the next is a comparison again between the on sale or flips, and you can see what the difference is between our product as a buy to sell or a on sale comparing to a flip. So first of all, we touched on that now, is the predetermined profits. on these transactions, which is very important that on a normal flip you don't have that. Estimated hopeful returns, I always call it, is what you do on a flip. Yes, and some of them they work out very well. I've done many of those myself, and some of the others you will pay in, and those which is what you don't talk about around the campfire. Then what we have in the normal flip is when we have to deal with evictions. These days we all know the laws, the people that have been involved with that is not fun. We get good results with that, but at the same time it is not the way to go. We were very fortunate in our transaction history over the last 8 years. We literally had one of those situations, and that is always a costly affair irrespective where we go with that. Compared to that, we have got a system which is built around a carrot instead of a whip. All our transactions for our real estate owners is where they can actually get a benefit by performing. If the quicker the transaction go, the more assistance they are giving, all those type of things that they do from their side will actually benefit them. If they don't, then there is unfortunately a higher profit payable, or let's rather turn it around and say a smaller discount given on the profit comparing to what they would have got if they don't cooperate in that case. In your case, unwilling seller, non-cooperative is a big challenge in a normal transaction. With the breather transactions is what our transactions are called, and lots of time you can only pay a deposit, provide guarantees for the balance, and then take transfer. As I said, in 90% of the times it will be simultaneous. On auctions, when you buy a flip on an auction, you have to provide guarantees within 30 days, you have to take transfer within a very short time. So in most of those cases it will be 2 transfers separately in different times, and you have to carry either the mortgage cost or your money lying at that stage in a position where they can't be sorted or that can't be paid out. Then we have got what we call our joint venture sales. Now in those cases we will 99.9% never have a transfer simultaneously, because you don't take transfer of the property. It's a product where the client actually provides the home or the property. You provide the capital to improve it, fix it up, sort it out, and then it gets transferred, and there's a joint venture agreement that's drawn up of how the profits will be separated between the parties. And a very important thing which I also haven't mentioned with the recovery as well as with the flips, real estate assist or wealth assist will share in that profits, but only after you have earned your returns as predetermined according to the contract. So for us, every transaction is actually a transaction that we really look at it as if it's our own investment, seeing that if you don't get your returns, we don't get our returns, and in that case it will be far less beneficial for us to do that. So we put our money where our mouth is. The same situation, transaction flow is managed, fully managed from the day that you actually enter into a buy to sell product or an on sale product up till the day it's transferred to the third party, completed. That whole process flow and administration flow is run by us. In most cases, when you do a flip, you will have to do it yourself in that case. Obviously, very important is a lot of maintenance, because you have a very short time to get into those properties, get quotations, etc. A lot of it is a guesstimate, and we all know that. Here with us, every single transaction, before we do an on sale transaction, we verify the COC or the certification costs prior to actually entering in the agreement. We do a proper valuation from a professional company that works nationally, and also do it for the banks, which we'll touch a bit more on the risk side of things later. And then that predetermined cost for transfer, for all those type of things, we budget for, make sure that it's covered. And after that, what will that return be on the end of the day? And obviously, if there's maintenance, very, very important. I don't have to speak too much about that. For those who have done maintenance at any level, we also know it's a big challenge there for real estate owners. So we have a panel of contractors nationally which actually work on these transactions, and that has got a history with us, and we make sure that they enter into those transactions and deliver the maintenance. We've got a national project manager that coordinates those things together with people on the ground locally, and deal with the maintenance from there. Our returns, please look at the returns. Here's our returns that we had over the last 8 years. I think our lowest at this stage on sale products was 17.81% per annum, which is quite a good annualized return, with taking property at 75% of market value as well. And I don't want to quote the different, but you can see on the slide what the actual returns is. And these are all returns that has been audited over the years. Thank you so much. See you in the next session.